I used to write beats and stuff like that. I had a little sound machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bet it still works, but I don't have any of the libraries or digital audio workstations that I used to have.
We could talk more about that.
Yeah.
When we get into
Yes,
the a Hydra podcast with you, me, and the other guy. I didn't find one yet. Hold on.
The other.
Kerem.
Yay.
No wait. Bim Possetti.
I don't know if I like this. What is he saying?
I don't know. I assume it's a different language because it's that
Perhaps.
episode 40.
40 even. Oh, this is a nice, beautiful, warm pod, isn't it?
Yeah, warm.
Yes. Like warm and cozy.
Yeah, I can feel that. It is warm outside as fuck.
It's getting hot, yeah. It's June. But
nights aren't cold anymore.
that's the sad part, yeah. For me, I'm always cold though, so like I love the heat. I do enjoy when it gets warm. But I do prefer the cold.
Better than the cold.
You prefer the heat? I've had this discussion with some people.
I've lived in Colorado for a year, so I got to experience the other side.
Yes.
And there is snow, there was hail, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it being cold because I like wearing cold clothes.
For sure.
But the fact that you have to drive in it changes everything.
Definitely. I mean, driving alone is already scary times, dangerous, but fucking driving in the snow, ice, fuck that. I mean, the living conditions in general when you have to deal with snow, totally fucking fair. I don't think I would want to live in a place where it is guaranteed to have like feet of snow year round, or at least at some point in the year. But I agree with you. I really would prefer, I think, the classic adage, like, you can keep putting on clothes or layers, but you can't like take off more skin or whatever. You can't get cooler to like a maximum at some point.
No, I mean it got to the point of like I feel like I've discussed this before, but with the being in Colorado, I had to simply go get pizza side quest of just like that would have taken 10 minutes, and I got hit behind by a guy, no damage. No, nothing. Thank God. Next intersection, got hit again.
Insane,
in the snow,
right?
And it's that just with that is like, no, I don't need snow. I don't need snow in my life. I don't.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to ask. It's so crazy how you can go a couple 100 miles and experience such a crazy climate shift too. Like those people are living whole different lives.
I'd rather take the dry heat though that we have than, because it's not the heat that gets you.
Yeah, I'm a desert rat, as they say. Like I said, I love the heat. I get cold easily.
That time I went to Florida, it was pretty bad. I'd never seen so many people with those little squirt bottle fans.
That's all I hear about Florida.
And you can't escape it. At least with the heat, you can find some shade and it's a little better.
Yeah. Oh, we can be so much cooler in the shade. Yeah. Big deal. Big guy.
Big sun in the sky. Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. It's a great view from up here in the clouds.
But what were you saying beforehand? I caught a little bit of it with your music.
Oh yeah, I think it was. I'm trying to remember the specifics of it, but I was probably about 12 or so. I was already like learning some music for a couple years in like a middle school band. You know, I played a ton of instruments in.
You were in a band in high school.
Yeah, before maybe a year or two before we started this band, so probably 8th grade. I would have been 12. My uncle had one of these. I'm trying to remember the name. It was called a machine, I think. Machine was spelled with an S. It was Maschine.
Oh, okay.
So Machine. Yeah, I think it might have been like a foreign naming, but it was like the Machine Mark II, and I don't really remember what the brand that made it. Oh, Native Instruments. Nailed it. They had this kind of like little library kit that came with it. You buy this fucking MIDI like beat board, and mine came with like a 4x4 of like those little beat squares.
Oh yeah.
So you could assign different instruments or different notes and kind of like play different things on this. And it had a bunch of other little dials and doodads to change those instruments, set it up, record, playback. And so like for a good year or so, especially when I got into writing music with our little high school band, I would set up the tracks in that little digital audio station and, you know, record different parts with the little funky keyboard. And it was a good time. I used to even like try different types of music at that time because it was so easy to like, oh, let's try like a little rap trap beat or something like that. But I think I still have it. The shame is when my uncle had one, it was so fucking sick the way he had it set up too. He had like nice speakers, good setup. And then I asked my parents to buy me one, and they got one off Amazon used that didn't even come with the software key. Like the software key was already used or something like that. So we had to like refund it from Amazon, and I still got to keep the controller, which basically did nothing. But I think I either had to find an alternate source for the key, or my parents bought me like just the digital platform separately, which was a lot cheaper. But yeah, it was still kind of funky because it was used, and I think it was missing one of the dials. I had to like replace it with just another dial that fit.
Wow.
But it was a good time. I really cherished that, and I think that helped inspire me to like write music a lot more. I'm still terrible at finishing music pieces.
I couldn't even imagine where you start.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the joy about it.
As a Minecraft parody maker, I know exactly nothing.
The extent of your music knowledge is writing rhyming lyrics.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Did you ever, you played like recorder or something in school, surely?
No,
nothing.
I
think we've talked about that.
I played there's a kalimba behind you that I've dabbled with that. I know how to do the Yoshi's Lullaby I told you.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. But you can make anything sound good on that.
Yeah, and there's some instruments that are just pretty, and like some that kind of like that are like they're tuned so well that you can just press any note, and it's like they all sound so nice together.
Yeah.
I've definitely always loved music. I don't know what it was, but just whenever there was a fun little instrument to try, I would get a cheap one and just like try to learn it. I picked up like an ocarina because why not?
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a flute, you know. I played plenty of woodwinds, so I was like, it makes sense. I got one of those what am I thinking of?
You got it.
I just spaced on it.
Are you thinking of an instrument?
Yeah, ukulele. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what initially got me into guitar. That was probably before I got the beat machine. But I was like, I want to learn a stringed instrument. They're so cool. And 4 strings, it's a lot smaller. I was like, why not start easy?
Okay, there's fucking gay.
And those are like so popular on the internet. It was so easy to learn from YouTube.
I know. You can do so many apology videos with that.
Yeah. Anyone can play one of those. Yeah. But I did for a time with like a $20 uke.
Oh.
My favorite thing. Yeah. Well, not my favorite thing, but one of my favorite things, playing music.
I've weirdly never been interested in like dabbling into anything that's music related.
Mm-hmm. You enjoy listening to music.
I just want to listen to it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like making it, no. Singing it, no. Instrument, no. Just nothing with it.
Yeah. Do you enjoy performances, live music?
No.
Yeah.
I don't. The only ones I've seen, the Gorillas, has been that's a different thing, because I'm not going there to see them sing the songs. I'm going there to be part of the crowd and experience them, not what they're singing about or anything. Like, I don't want to I don't want to see him live because live is a better authentic of the sound. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the times you can't really perfect the sound like you can in the studio or even after editing it. So it's like you probably get a better listening experience just at home or with your headphones.
I did like there's something about being in a crowd for a song that like I've cried in their performances, and it's not even a sad song. I've just been like, as I'm singing it and everyone else is singing it around me, it's like, oh, there's so many people that are like me here.
Yes,
that's what got me.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely it's emotional in a crowd. I agree. I think no matter what, there's value to those performances, and it's even more valuable when you actually have to, it's rather someone that you actually care for, someone you have like a connection to the band. But I'm sorry, I'm just
being still connected over there.
Connected. There we go. Headset.
Oh, but you want to connect it better, not through your legs?
No, it's under them. We're good.
Okay.
I was gonna say though, you think the Gorillas are the only people that you have that kind of connection to live? Like, oh wow, I would love to see them. Well, you've already seen them, so
I think so. Just because, like, not all their songs I like, but there's been plenty of songs that they've had that I didn't like, and then I learned to like. And their performances is a unique one because they have so many collaborators. So there's a new guy coming in once, like the last one I went to, just Tame Impala was there, and then he left, and then their De La Soul ones are there, and then they leave. So there's new people that show up, and then they play music videos in the background from where they came from, or a visualizer of how they were presented, because they're 2D people,
right?
And that's cool. Like it's not crazy. Even the musical performance isn't that crazy because Damon, the singer of them, isn't that crazy of a singer.
Yeah,
he's just kind of like, I'm singing. This is me singing, and sometimes I like to put a radio speaker when I'm talking, and that's it. Like, he doesn't go that crazy.
No, definitely, that's fair, but definitely no one else that is on your list.
I don't follow people good enough. That.
Yeah, I'm not like hardcore enough.
I would like to see a Powfu concert.
Who that?
Do you know that TikTok song that got popular called Deathbed, where it's like, don't stay awake for too long, don't go. That's the guy. He made that. But I knew him before he did that. Whatever. I like his performance because he's just a Napoleon Dynamite looking character, and he doesn't sing that well, so you can sing it with him, and it's like as if you sang it.
Oh yeah.
It's not that not to diss him. It's not a diss. It's just it's more of like a relatability type of range he's doing here.
Yeah.
And it's nice, and most of his songs are very soothing, of a calming, low intensity nature.
Very sick, yeah.
So it would be cool to do that. Maybe a Good Kid concert too. That's another person that what was his big one? He had a big song. That
real big song.
Yeah, there's a couple. Most of his songs are like the opposite spectrum of a Powfu song.
Okay.
Of like really speedy, high energy, kid in a small town energy.
That's cool. Pretty diverse between the two, in fact.
And both of them would have been in those, like, you see them all the time in music videos where it's like a really small room and they're close to the roof type of stage.
I feel you. Yeah. Those like disembodied void stages.
Yeah.
They're all one color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you have one?
I feel like it's tough for me to to really find favorites in general. So it's tough for me to be like, oh, that's a band that I'm like really diehard about seeing. I feel like I enjoy watching musical performances like every time I'm there. Like no matter what the music is, it's cool to watch people perform live. It's especially cool when you know the songs or the people that are performing and you get a connection. But I feel like the only one that I've ever been like, oh, I would like to see a show. I've already seen a show as well, and like I would go again, but I'm like, that's good enough. You know, it's not like a bucket list item to go again. But that was Jonathan Colton, who's like probably my favorite artist, at least at this time. The guy who did the Still Alive song on Portal and a bunch of songs for Portal, that sort of stuff. And he has a lot of similar stuff. I've talked about him before. But yeah, he was super cool to see live. And
such a niche.
When I saw him, he also had some great like people performing with him. It was like the day after the Comic-Con, so there was a ton of people in San Francisco where we saw him. And yeah, I saw Puddle's Pity Party. Do you know that guy, the clown who kind of has like a really deep voice, and he
sounds familiar.
He sings like Billie Eilish songs, and like we'll put them in like a kind of grandiose stuff like that. And then there were some comedians too, I'm pretty sure, who were just so funny. But definitely the Joko, as we call him, Jonathan Colton performance. He lit up the stage. He's a really good performer too, and everyone fucking knows the songs. Who's there? It was a real small, like I think it was the Swedish American Theater, Swedish Family Theater, something in San Francisco. It seats like 300 people.
No, I think I've been in that one.
Yeah, it's pretty small. So it was a real tight knit crowd. Like I said, everyone was singing along. It was a good ass time.
It's funny you said with the Comic-Con and that theater, because I remember I went to a Sonic Symphony in that theater
nice.
A couple of years ago, and that was really fun too. They're gonna do it again in more concert style of all that stuff, and they're really cute about it. They did the symphony in the classic style with the classic characters as promotional art, and now they're gonna do a concert and they have all the modern characters and stuff like that. But it was really cool because there was a big screen with visualizers, and the symphony was going really well, and the orchestrator, is that the guy running it?
Conductor.
The conductor was a good host, and he was very much in the energy, and everybody was liking it. And then at the halfway point, when they start going into more modern songs, when there's like lyrics and stuff like that, they go from a symphony to straight up a concert. Like it is, the guitars come out, the singers come out, there's drums, nice. And the symphonies with it.
Amazing.
So it's like a full-on thing. And I guess for their world tour, some people lean more one way to the other way. So I mean, I have no proof of this, but I would assume that they lean to what the crowd wants. So they'll put more symphony over a concert or vice versa, because the conductor at the end is just like, I see what fans you are. Yeah, I know what type that you want. Mm-hmm. So they leaned more back to let the concert go forward, and it was really cool because the singers for the Frontier games were there.
Wow.
And Jun Sonoy, which is the guitarist that wrote a lot of Sonic songs, was there with his custom. I think it's his own. I could be wrong, but it was like his custom Sonic guitar.
Oh my gosh, cool.
And that was really cool. And I would like to go see the concert too, but I feel like I'll just see the same thing again. So I think I just got a good scenario. And since it was by Comic-Con, Jun Sonoy was there. I think he lives in San Diego. So
I get you.
Or he has a house in San Diego. So that was really cool.
Oh shit.
And I'm going to see Weird Al later.
Actually,
this year.
No lie. I mean, I know he's touring. There's easily tickets, but Weird Al, I would definitely love to see. We were literally just singing Weird Al before the recording. He's definitely someone who, similar to Jonathan Colton, like those kind of just comedic songs, I have just always been blown away by it. It's always been something different. And I fucking grew up, maybe I've talked about this, listening to Weird Al every night from like the age of 8 to 12 maybe. I had an MP3 player that had all of his albums at the time downloaded, and they were all
Were
like,
you like, these are the original songs?
I was like, no, no, I definitely knew of his work, I knew his practice, but like my mom would play his music and I like fell in love with it. And so when she got me an MP3 player, it's like, what songs do you like? And I named like 30 songs that were on the radio, you know. And then I was like, she's like, any artists that I can download their albums? I was like, I like Weird Al. And so that was the only guy whose albums I had. I had like 8 Weird Al albums that was like fucking 100 songs at least, like 3 times as many that were already on there. And I would literally just pick some section in the album list, play it, put on the earbuds and fall asleep and just listen to some random like section of the discography. So I've heard probably every song before 2016, and even then I've heard a few of those. But yeah, my fucking idol as well. I would definitely see him.
Yeah, it was. I think when we got the tickets, it's definitely more like, let's see Weird Al instead of let's hear him, because it's just, wow, he's such a niche little gem in the music world. Just going to see him once, and I mean, he doesn't age. He doesn't really age.
It's crazy.
He's got a little bit more crevices in his face, but like for the most part, he hasn't aged, and he's still wacky man.
And
it was
like so much energy.
But I get in phases with him. Like there's times that I'm like, oh, I'm really into this. I'll just listen to all, and then like in a month, I'm over it.
Yeah.
And then I'll just find him again. Oh my shit! Oh my god!
I have to admit, since those days of like having an MP3 player, I don't go into my car and like, oh, you know what? Let's put on White and Nerdy. That's what I got to listen to right now. But every now and then, like, The Saga Begins will come up on my YouTube recommender. I'm like, oh yeah, let's listen to this. Especially because I like Star Wars, but like there's so many that I'm like, okay, yeah, I would rather listen to that than the original right now.
And then he's got his original ones.
Yeah, that's the cool stuff, like finding out about. I mean, I love the 10-minute songs too. Drive-Thru's not an original, I don't think.
That was my first song I ever saw.
I like the long ones.
That's wrong, because I've heard White and Nerdy, but I didn't know who did it, and I didn't know writing. But I remember Drive-Thru because, again, I've been mentioning recently a lot. Isaiah showed this song.
The like animated music video.
Yes. Yeah. And I knew nothing about this person. I was like, wow, this YouTuber made a good song.
He's getting a lot of views.
Wow, he put Vivo as a joke? That's very funny.
I fucking loved Vivo back in the day. YouTube is a different platform.
We should bring back Vivo.
It still exists, but no, it doesn't really. It's like practically dead.
Music people don't use it anymore.
Yeah, you just have your own like verified YouTube channel for your artist.
Everything's verified now. I was looking at a little behind baseball here, but I've been looking through Insta on like people that do stuff like us, like the same similar type of thing, because there's a ton out there. I'm sure. And I've always wanted to just like see people maybe that are in our range and be like, let's do a versus 2v2 and see what happens. And there was one. Where was I going with this? Vivo. What about
Viva La Vida?
No, fuck. What was my point? Oh no.
On IG.
What were we talking about?
We'll get there. We're talking about music in general. It's easy to get
Vivo,
verified. Someone
easy to get verified. One of them's Instagram was verified. And they only had like 1,000 people, but their YouTube channel only had 3K. But they had the little check mark, and I was like, okay, you pay for that?
I think you have to.
But on Insta, do you pay for that?
I think even if you're like,
I know on Twitter you pay for that.
I could be wrong, but even if you're like well known, I think you have to pay for it. I don't think it's something they like. You have to pay for someone to do the work to verify you, essentially.
Oh.
Because I think there is part of the team that's like,
So
okay,
it's kind of like a
are you
trademark.
this? Yeah, kind of. It's like you're trademarking your hashtag, or not your hashtag, your fucking
At
your yeah. What is that called? Username. Oh my, what's the shorthand? Yeah.
every time they're like, have a username, and you type it in, and it's like, that username's already used. It's like, damn it, they verified.
They stole my trademark.
I wonder what would happen if like one company's just like, who's gonna write the same name twice? And then then they do the username thing, and then they meet each other, and they're like, you're me, but I'm
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The hell of that meme. Yeah, that would be just chaos. Have you seen this comedian Ben Palmer?
Mm-mm.
He does.
I think it's Arnold.
Oh, you're right. My bad. This guy does. He kind of trolls people on the internet, just in general, where he makes fake accounts where he's like posing as the city of Jacksonville, Florida, or I think he did Atlanta, Georgia, and he just makes like all these jokes posting from the Facebook account of Atlanta, Georgia, because there is no Facebook account for the city of Atlanta, Georgia. And he like gets it verified, and he posts shit like, yeah, the potholes are there, but you can just avoid them. We're working on it. Like, just dumb shit like that. I can't think of the funny shit because he's the comedian, but he posts like short videos of like, hey, I trolled I think right now he's trolling ICE a lot, where he has this like platform where people can send in like anonymous tips on people they think should be deported, and then he calls these people because they leave a phone number, and he just gets them to say the craziest shit online about the people that they want deported. They're like, yeah, they're there, and they speak Spanish. And he's like, oh, so since they're speaking Spanish, yeah, we should probably get rid of those people, right? And she's like, yeah, I mean, obviously. He's just like kind of baits them. It's very silly stuff, but kind of reminded me of that, what you're talking about. Like, he just gets verified and easily recognized as the dumbest shit all the time.
I mean, it's gotta be him. There's a blue check.
Yeah. People won't believe anything with a blue check. We should get one.
No.
Nah, I mean,
I think verification is... I get it.
I get it.
I get it, but no.
I don't think it's worth it to us right now.
There's no... I don't see a benefit with it unless you're huge and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. If someone was trying to steal your content and you're like, hey, by the way, this is where it's actually coming from, you know, there's a check mark here that this is the source, like, that makes sense, but I don't think anyone's trying to rip our content for views.
It's like if you already made it, you can get the verified and nobody will care.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so small, everybody would kind of know you. They would know that it's not you if that's something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's so small, niche little group that they should know. But if you're in the in between, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you like get a big boom, it's like, okay, now's the time.
Yeah, right. That would be a good sign, right? But I don't know. It's a game.
You also need social media, which we have
exists,
but we don't.
Yeah, that's one of those things that
we have a TikTok and an Instagram.
It's like just a whole nother layer. It's multiplicative when you want to post the videos on YouTube. It's multiplicative to also post the shorts. Not as much work, obviously, because you're already recording the content. You know, some of the work is shared. A lot of the content's already edited. But then you also want to post it somewhere else. And somewhere else. Which is completely normal. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. But I'm saying it does add a lot more effort. For sure.
Yeah. And every little platform gives you different results.
Yeah, everyone responds to the content differently. The algorithm's going to take it differently.
Like, YouTube has it's already well for us, so it gets the most out of the three.
Yeah.
But, like, way back when we were doing It Takes Two, there was a clip of that popped off on Insta hella hard.
Uh-huh.
but then like on YouTube and on TikTok it didn't, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
It's the same title, same hashtags, same all that.
Yeah, it takes some RNG, really. Like, it takes just the right person looking at
The
it.
right time you've posted in the day, the right things you put in there. I don't linger on it too hard. Shorts are important, but it's whatever.
Yeah, it's also like, I mean, shorts, I feel like, if anything, are an advertisement for our content.
It is.
It's like, hey, there's
a highlight.
There's more of this, and they are highlights. Like, they are the fun parts to watch. And even if all you wanted to do was watch shorts of a specific channel or creator, like, that's a reasonable watch situation, But I feel like what we like to do is some more long form stuff,
we're very
those
raw.
moments spread out. Yeah, like just sitting down chilling. But I love, like, I think our prime, I might have said this before, is like when we're doing a one-off. And some of the longer form one-offs are nice too, like the hour-ish, where we get really into it. And I like the longer videos where we just have time to laugh and get into the game, have a fun competitive time.
Yeah, we're not a how would you say it? We build up.
Mm-hmm.
We're not start to finish. It's more of like somewhere in there it's gonna be probably funny.
Probably. Yeah. But that's also like the goal. It is the goal to be funny. I feel like
not for me.
I was going to elaborate. I want to be more skilled in general at chatting on the mic, on being improvisational, on being more flowy and on top of things pointy. Because I do think it adds the content, it helps. But in general, like, I just think that's a skill that I could stand to improve at. So in a way, like, yes, I do want to capitalize on the moments where I can be funny, because I like to be funny. That's just something in life that I love. Humor, I love sharing that. So it's not like the goal is every second needs to be funny content, but like, I do want to use our content as a way to express comedy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not nonstop, like you said, not start to finish, but it is a goal. It's not the only goal.
Yeah, it helps.
Mm-hmm.
I've always, when I wanted to do YouTube stuff, never solo.
Yeah.
Solo is so hard.
It is.
And it's not as fun. But my goal was always, and I'm pretty sure I expressed this before, but it's more like I hang out. There's always been like my YouTube heroes of Sly Fox Hound and stuff like that. They're not always funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's not always something there. They're just like playing really early Minecraft and they're just talking and they're just there. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Like, even when I was watching yesterday, the cat put on like Jerma playing Sneak King. And he was just talking. Like, he didn't say that much funny stuff. He was just talking. But like, the tone of his voice and just him, it sounded like he was just here. And he was just playing the game. And I was like, that's good enough for me. That's all I want.
It's 100% the reason I got into YouTube is for that kind of like performance, so to speak. Someone who
naturally
just isn't performing, who's just there with you, sharing the game.
Like, there's obviously a want for, because I'm leaning towards it most of the time too, of people just being like, when the video starts, it's just like, I played this game for this amount of time and this was my thoughts, and it's like, all right. But I mean, if someone played the game, it's just like, I'm gonna try this game out. So there's this menu. This menu is pretty cool. It's like,
he's starting low. Yeah, I love that shit. I love the shit that feels real. I have quite a distaste for highly like commercialized, over like min-maxed sort
Mr.
of
Beast style.
Mr. Beast style like editing, where and
Me
especially,
too.
I mean, Mr. Beast is the perfect example of like a YouTuber that I hate their content. Like,
Multiple camera angles, subtitles, zoom ins.
yeah, and
I even found myself not liking it too, because I watched Smitty that does that. He does I liked him, and I merged to Puffer that almost did the same thing, where sound effects, zoom ins, cuts, text to speech, a lot of stuff to that nature. And I'm like, this is funny stuff. And then after a while, I'm like, it's the same funny stuff.
that's usually what comes with it. Any YouTuber like that will build up a pocket library of sound effects, clips, and images they can throw in, and they'll reuse them because part of the joke is, oh, we know this joke, it's familiar, and that's what makes it funny. And so it is kind of same old, especially when that's the style of edit. So I while I appreciate some of those edits, those jokes, because they're like inside jokes, I appreciate a good one. It really can be overdone for sure. But yeah, I think the main problem I have with like Mr. Beast style content is like just it almost feels kind of shameless. They're like, obviously we're doing this to make you watch our video longer, or obviously we lied to make you click on this video. And it's like, we don't care that we lied. Like,
it's all business.
We'll tell you in the first 10 seconds we're liars. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if I like
stuff.
that.
It's like, to go back to the shorts, and then I'll talk about this. You could talk what you want, and then we'll go to the joke book.
Yeah.
But with the shorts, it's the only ones I really want to give time with edits, because a short kind of requires it. So the whole point is an attention span. So you give it the text, you give it maybe some images, some stuff like that, some context. But even then, it's not that serious. It's still kind of put together. But you to also go back to when you said that it's mostly an advertisement. It's Queso way back when. Do you know?
I know of Queso, but what's your...
His strategy, I guess, back then was he uploaded shorts first. And he made a bunch of shorts and mass producing these shorts, and everybody thought he was really funny. And then he promoted his stream.
Okay.
He I don't want to say never, but he didn't do stream first and then do shorts. He did shorts. Everybody saw it. Then he's like, go to the stream link.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Totally. He was doing YouTube shorts mainly.
I think he posted it on TikTok.
Yeah, everything else is just as good.
But
everyone's on their phones. Yeah, and the only thing I was... fuck me. The only thing I was going to connect to what you were saying was, I feel like, at least in this day, when people do the over-edited subtitles on every word stuff, a lot of the times they're just preparing for cutting it into a short, They're like, these edits are already here, and that's what the people on the shorts want to see, so it's already in my video. I can just pop it right into the shorts. Quick edit. I've
seen that in videos. There's been Smosh videos where they're like, and that's the YouTube short for this video. And lo and behold, it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're funny people. We're funny people. This book is funny. What is the book? The best jokes ever. Professionally tested jokes for people who want to be funny, made by my magic boss. This has 200 pages of funny jokes. The second half of the 100, the 100 to 200 is the mature, and the 0 to 100 is the non-mature. You're going to get 2 jokes. Give me a page.
0 to 100 will start... How about something really, really, really high? Can I have 99? Is that still a non-mature?
Yes, it is.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Is page 100 the first mature? It's like 1-3 or 1-4.
It's close to the middle.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna pick one of those numbers, just add a random stab and see if it's mature or not.
You get 3.
I get 3. Let's go with the third one.
Okay, let me make sure it goes. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. A guy calls the doctor's office and says, "You got to help me." Shut up, phone!
Got him.
The guy calls the doctor's office and says, "You gotta help me. My wife's going into labor and I don't know what to do." The nurse says, "All right, calm down, sir. Is this her first child?" He says, "No, this is her husband."
I've heard this joke before, but I do like it. It is good.
I thought it went longer, but they forgot another stall.
It's a good dad joke. Good dad joke. I would use that one on like a child who had never heard it.
Another page, another page.
Another page. How about today's date? What is today's date?
3rd?
Uh-huh. This would be a non-mature date, 63, or non-mature page.
63.
How about 163? Let's go mature.
163. We just docked our date.
No!
1, 3, 4. 4.
There's 4.
There's 4.
Let's go with number 2.
Number 2. Okay, okay. Why does a bride smile so much when she walks down the aisle on her wedding day?
Thinking noises. I'm just gonna go with the obvious, Alex, because she's gonna have sex that night.
She knows she's giving her last blowjob.
All right. I think I was kind of close.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
Like a quarter points or something. Last blowjob is crazy.
That was the best jokes ever. Professionally tested jokes for people who want to be funny, made by my magic boss. You could buy it on Amazon for $5, or you can just listen to me say it every 2 weeks. Your choice, my misery.
God, that'll take literally fucking 300 episodes.
Fuck, we're at 40 now.
Yeah, you think we're getting that? Honestly, we might have to step it up. You think there will be like some like joke heavy days where we do like 5 because we have nothing to talk about?
No, that's when we add people.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's when the Fellas Corporation becomes 6 Hydra heads, and none of them are you.
No longer is the other guy one of the Hydra heads.
No. You know what? I've thought about our logo, and I'm like, is our logo serious?
I've thought about it. It was an early decision for sure. It hasn't changed in a long time.
No, it's been the original, but like it's a serious look for non-serious people.
I get you.
It's very much like that would be an esports team logo.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, the Hydras. And I think if
it has nothing to do with what we say or anything.
I think if we had an esports like team name, it would be the Hydras. That just kind of makes sense. It's more like aggressive than the Fellas. But, like, I think it is kind of ironic. I think it is also like, yeah, we're Fellas. We're playing with our Hydras. We're very cool.
Yeah, I would like to imagine if it's like both of us on a Hydra in an animation and we're super serious, and then we're just like, hello, I'm Mike. Wanna play a game?
Yeah. I think that would be fucking dude, an Australian accent coming out of just like a horrific creature, like an eldritch being,
a Max Mofo Australian accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, there was an animation out there where Ash throws out like a Charizard, and the Charizard just stands there, just like, hello. I love that.
Have you seen this
No, I'm blind.
animated series? You blind fuck. It's like an Australian made like web series. It's probably really old at this point, and I forget what it's called. The main character is Sid the Sasquatch. Something like that. I think he's Sid. Sid the Sasquatch, mate. And he like survives like an apocalypse or something into the future, becomes like basically, like a Bigfoot-esque character in like the bush of Australia. And he just does like these crazy, silly things. He can speak English, of course. And he like does cool kickflips on skateboards and smokes weed and just has parties, He's such a silly fucking... It's one of those like fever dream-esque shows that you watch and you're like, is this fucking really happening? Like, did I imagine this?
I only know of the YOLO and Koala Man.
Koala.
Those are made by Michael Cusack, I think, who is an Australian man. He did half of Smiling Friends.
Oh, sick, yeah.
And he had his famous one is he had a Rick and Morty little thing where they were Australian, and he was just like, "We're going to Bendigo. I gotta get Bendigo to get my cube."
Yeah, dude, that one was fucking legendary. I remember that for sure.
And just all most of his animations are that, where it's just like, "Boy, fucking goddamn it, fuck."
Yeah, this just enraged Australian,
dirty looking animation.
There's a very similar character in this like animation I'm talking about that like I wouldn't be surprised if it was made by that guy. I have no idea who made this one. Not saying it is, but would not surprise me. It also is like this very rough, like even rougher, like MS Paint fucking drawn, like with the maximum size brush, it's pretty chopped, but it's so good.
Yeah, most of his looks pretty rugged.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good transition to, I hope, would be a new segment.
Stop. You're surprising me. I didn't bring you anything.
This is the Cameron's Naruto update.
Ooh.
Where are you at right now?
Where?
Well, state the situation now, because this has only been through versus videos and stuff that you even are watching this.
I think I mentioned it offhand last pod, maybe, and we're like, oh, we're going to talk about it. But yeah, in a versus, I also mentioned to you that I couldn't remember exactly where I left off, but they had just fought on the bridge. I'll be a little less vague. Maybe skip until you don't hear a Naruto character's name if you don't want to hear this, but
Adam, put the time. There you go.
Yeah, I started out telling you, oh, they just fought on the bridge, and I was trying to be vague because Sasuke had obviously, quote unquote, died, and even at the time, I was like, okay, let's be real. Like, the main reason was like you had told me so much about Sasuke and like about his voice actor saying things in the show and different things. I'm like, there's no way he's been in 10 episodes. So I was like, he's not dead. So it didn't hit me as hard, but I was like, oh, that sucks. It was so much oh no, anyway. But it was super cool. Honestly, like watching the show in general gets me very emotional. I'm an emotional guy, but I watch anything that has any sort of like life goal or burden or anything like that, which is super Naruto story, and I get just super teary-eyed at anything they do. But yeah, last time they had just killed and I'm blanking on the name, Haku, the boy with the mask, but Zabuza was alive, and
the boy with the mask.
I was like, I haven't, like, I couldn't recall at the time, but Gato, I think his name is, just showed up with like the crew
boss
guys.
Man.
Yeah, that's where I left off. That was the end of the episode when we were playing Ratchet the other day, and I watched a few episodes since then. So I watched Zabuza finally kick it and rest in peace next to Haku right after he killed Gato and the other guy scrammed. And the little nice moment with, what is his name, Inari, the boy.
the boy. You remember? I don't remember the boy name. Wow, that's
It's
great.
I mean, I do really like the show. Everything I've watched so far.
I always called him Crybaby Boy.
Yeah, exactly. My, my girlfriend who I'm watching the show with mentioned that they make all these claims at the end of this arc when they finally like leave the bridge. They're like, we're gonna name the bridge after him. It will be the Great Naruto Bridge. And the boy's like, make sure you come back and visit. And my girlfriend, who's now on like season 2 of Shippuden, is like, he has not gone back and visited. It'll be a long time if he ever does.
I think I could be wrong, but I think they do once. So you will look forward to that.
Yeah, I will look for it. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at.
Well, that's really cool. This is a new segment because I've watched. Well, I've watched all of Naruto, all the Shippuden I gotten through the games, so I know the plot through the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I have seen enough clips of like its great arc in there that I kind of can whenever you get to that, I'll be able to understand.
Gotcha. But sounds like there's a ton of episodes of Shippuden.
I want to say Shippuden's twice as long.
Yeah, but
I mean, are you?
Like
I think early in Naruto there's like none. But do you plan to watch filler or?
I hear you. I mean, I've never been one that's like, oh, this episode's so boring. Like I've always assumed there's some purpose in it.
I mean, like,
so I typically don't skip stuff.
What is filler? If it's just like, oh, it's not what the manga wrote, or if it's just like, oh, this doesn't add anything to any character.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, what was Steven Universe then? Like, is a lot of that filler?
What is fucking Fairly Odd Parents, dude? Like, they just fuck around and everything resets.
Dude, you don't want to skip this one. Darth Laser debuts.
It's a cartoon at the end of the day. Like, I'm here to watch a silly story. I'm here to not cry for some of the episodes. I hope some of them are filler. Like, but yeah, I would definitely see it through.
So, as of now, that would probably be like in the teens of episodes, I would assume.
Breaking the teens, yeah, early teens.
So, what do you think of Team 7? Do you have favorites?
I have to say, I don't know if I've ever heard that name.
Team 7 is Kakashi's team. That's what they have numbers.
I don't even know what that could refer to.
Kakashi's team?
So you mean
Sasuke,
like
Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, those 4?
Okay, the fact that it's called Team 7 makes me think that there's 7 of them.
No, so they're just numbered. The teams are numbered.
What do I think of them? What was the question?
Do you have favorites? What do you think of the 4 people?
I think it's pretty funny. I think in general, Naruto is hard to like.
Mm-hmm.
He's very understandable. Like, he's very relatable, but he's hard to like because he does kind of lash out. He does have a lot of anger within him.
Very loud.
Very loud, yeah. A little obscene, a little rude. But like I said, it's like he's hard to like, but you still want to like him because you still do feel bad for him. You still do like want to root for him.
It's no bad intent.
You relate to him. Yeah, exactly. I don't think like much of it is ruthless or ruthful, one of those. But I would say I definitely don't like him that much. Like, I'm not. It's a weird.
No,
mix.
that's understandable. I didn't either makes sense, when I originally watched.
I think he has room to grow, which I think is a perfect like opportunity for his character. I will say Sakura feels a little underdeveloped, at least at this moment. I was talking about it with my girlfriend a little bit. Like, she doesn't have really her own arc. She has her scenes, you know.
She has I like Sasuke,
and
arc.
that's mainly it. Is she likes Sasuke? She stands around and pretends she can do things. I mean, she's smart apparently.
She pretends she's I'm a ninja.
No, she's cool though. She does appear badass, smart. Seems like a classic foil character. But like definitely just visual so far, like a visual character. They're just kind of there. Sasuke is an easy, like, I see him more so in kind of a way that it reminds me of the musical Hamilton, where the show's called Hamilton, but the main character is kind of Aaron Burr. He's like the enemy of Hamilton, but a lot of the songs are about what he wants, what he's gonna do. He leads the action. It's really like he's the main character, and I feel like Sasuke is really the main character in a lot of the scenes and episodes that he's in. I view him as taking the lead, as being the one who's going through more change, character development during a lot of the time. So I like watching him the most. He
has a stronger drive.
Yeah, but I think Kakashi's the coolest easily, for sure, so far. But he's a little bit also so far, and I feel like every character has this like plot armor, like kind of a what do you call him?
He
Larry
definitely
Sue,
is
Larry
plot
Sue.
armor. Yeah,
but
he's why the main characters haven't died. Kind of
exactly. But yeah, that's kind of my take on at least those characters. I like the latter two the most, but I think they all have room to grow. Like I just think that Sasuke's shown the most growth already.
Okay. Then your opinion on the two beginning villains. Not Gato, the Zabuza boy with the mask.
Boy with the mask. Opinions there. I think very complicated characters. I mean, based kind of on how that ended and how Zabuza was laid to rest, it was interesting because like a lot of it, you're like, this guy Zabuza, he's just using this boy. He's fucking ruthless. He doesn't fucking care about anybody. And kind of like right at the end, he says like, this is the way of the shinobi, which to me is sort of like a little bit, yeah.
So it's not a spoiler, but the way of the shinobi phrasing gets thrown around.
Totally. I was gonna say it. I feel like it's heavily like rings to me like this guy was brainwashed by
whatever scenario he was raised in,
whatever tribe of shinobi that subscribes to a different way of the shinobi than who knows how many other people. Like,
yeah, it's
their own version of the way, but it led him to do and accept some terrible parts of himself. But I do feel like they at least gave him a moment of redemption. You know, it was a redeeming act at the end. I don't think it like clears his slate. You know, I like that he's still kind of comes to terms with.
He's still a mercenary.
He's like, Haku and I are not going to the same place. You know, but he still kind of wishes that he could see him. And I'm even tearing up just thinking about it. But like, it's really like I think they were really deep characters. Talking more about Zabuza here, but the boy, I think, is probably even more deep. I hate and at least can imagine that maybe he's not dead just like Sasuke, but like it looked pretty cut and dry. Like I know it's a pretty magical universe, so I'm not ruling things out, but like it sucked to have that sort of sacrificial intent in someone who was so had such high potential, kind of apparently. So he seemed a good soul, as anyone had to say about him. Maybe just down the wrong path, similar to like Naruto and
what he thought
was right. Absolutely, but similarly to Zabuza, maybe just led astray. Well, certainly, but yeah, again, didn't really do anything wrong. Had it great potential.
There's you'll learn it later that there's a lot of characters that are in that show that are perceived as villains that have good reasons. Like Zabuza and Haku, that's a little bit more like, as a first villain, it's okay, yeah, I could see them being seen as the villain, but they have very much their writing on these characters are very much Thanos of like, I'm doing the right thing even though I'm killing. Like it's just all perception, and it's all that stuff. But that's great. I really like Haku and Zabuza a lot. I have statues of the two up there, and
Oh yeah.
I in the first. No, in the shelf behind you,
I see.
and they're right in between is the Clash of Ninja 1 game from Japan where they're on the cover, which is
I see that too. Yeah.
I really like those two. I really like Zabuza period because just his design and his voice and his sword is really cool.
Hell yeah.
I always wish that they did like more of a dynamic on Zabuza and Kakashi's history because it seems like they knew each other for a while, which I don't think they did.
Yeah,
but
from what I recall, it definitely seemed like there was like both of them had legacy,
a history,
like you are known, but maybe not met.
Like Kakashi's known, but this, since it was the first one, it seemed like they known each other because he knew him too. So I'm not quite sure. Any specific highlights from the first arc? How would you rate the first arc? For your first impressions of like this is because if I remember, the first couple episodes is just like maybe a couple introductions, the team forms, they work. Okay, then it's split into two. How do you take the first part where everything's coming together and then they become a team and you're introduced to all these people, and then the second arc where they have to become a team for the first time on a mission?
I think it's a good separation, especially because to me they kind of almost split into different genres. Like the very beginning obviously is a lot less action intense. There's flashbacks, there's these things, there's kind of like mystery and intrigue in when you're kind of finding out about the expedition. But it's mostly like Naruto's going to school, he's getting bullied, he's failing his test, his friends don't really like him, the girl he likes somebody else. It's, and I'm not saying like this is boring or lame stuff, but it's like not super high intensity. It's
giving
slice
you
of life.
status quo.
Yeah, it's super chill. It is those relatable moments, especially, that really shine in that part where you're like, oh man, I really feel for this guy Naruto. Like, he's not done anything wrong. People just shun him for no reason. Like, fuck. And that develops kind of your attachment to those characters. I feel like, I think that's when the shift came in for me, where it felt like Sasuke kind of takes the lead in focus, where now they're on the mission, he's kind of shining up, there's a lot of these scenes where Naruto's not even there, and Sasuke's like talking to the villain, or talking to somebody. He's like leading the attack even.
Because he's the strongest one.
Exactly.
From point of view.
And in those later episodes, rather, that I want to split them into a rating at this point. Like, I've kind of differentiated. I feel like they're very different. But the first part, given that it is less action, I'll still rate it for what it is. And honestly, I think it gains more points. Like, I think I liked them pretty equally. I haven't thought about rating them
because there's a lot of good highlights in the first one, of like even the first episode, of just how much goes on in episode 1.
Yeah,
of like him stealing the scroll, his getting the headband.
There's a lot, and there's
attachment with Aruka.
I honestly enjoyed watching the whole time so far. So I'm leaning towards scoring like a 9 for like that first kind of part. I think it was really like engaging, captivating, emotional still. And I want to also give the other one a 9, but I'm thinking maybe a little lower. The only criticism, like I said, I've had this for the show is, and maybe this will change, but the action doesn't sit right with me, at least in the pacing of the show. Like, it's all believable what they're doing because they essentially can do magic, but the timing doesn't make sense. Like, It just doesn't. It's not clear, at least. Like these guys are clashing swords, and they have a whole conversation, and then you cut to someone else who has another conversation, and then you cut back to the guys clashing swords, and they still haven't like tried to break it, or they still haven't gone for another move, or whatever, you know. And it feels like there's some gaps, or at least the timing is just somewhat off. And I know that's a pretty nitpicky criticism, but
yeah, I can't wait till you get to a certain part that we could talk about, because you reminded me of something.
because
you make a great
that way.
You make a good point on like, because there's times that I would question it, because most of the time when it's multiple fights happening at once, they do that where they pause this one to continue that one, and then pause that one to continue that one,
because still in the same place,
because they don't want you to miss anything.
Totally.
But it's most of the time it's 1v1 scenarios,
right?
So you don't the ones that are like, these are my favorite, don't have that type of thing. But since that one was more of a team fight,
yeah, exactly,
they kind of had to show it that way. Because I could be wrong, but I don't think they did it when they first met Zabuza. They didn't really do it that much.
I think that's when I did first start to notice it. And it's not so much of the like cutting around, so much as like they're like right here at their head, and they're like inches away, and they have the conversation like while they're swinging, or like while they're like clearly trying to attack them. It's like, have you still not moved those last 2 inches? Like I think it still had at least some moments there when they were fighting in the forest.
I see what you're saying.
I feel like it, like I said, it's super nitpicky, and I could probably look for the specific moments where I found it, but like it doesn't take me out of the show.
I think what's happening is that they in those scenarios of like he's about to swing and it's doing the motion lines as he is swinging, as he's saying this thing. It's just that the manga panel of like he's about to do the swing in the panel, and they obviously don't want him to just stand there, and then swing, because the whole point is that he got the upper hand, but the text bubble has him standing still. Definitely. So I think they're just trying to make a combination of the two to make it look like the panel but not be still.
Interesting. I don't think I thought specifically of that, but I could absolutely believe it. I thought it was in general kind of a limitation just of the kind of writing of the show, like or drawing of the show even, and it would make sense if that was more to match the manga.
Now I have 2 more questions.
Oh.
But one of them is I always interpreted the show as this, especially with them being kids. Do you see it more as a fight or more as a chess game? Because since everybody has abilities, I always feel like they're just trying to find the flaws, as if it was a chess game and not really like aim for the leg type of fight.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Most of the...
Because I love that. I love how it's more of an outwit game.
Yes. Most of the fights, I was going to say, appear to be more a battle of wits, a battle of strategy, akin to a chess game. That's absolutely how I've seen it too. Like, it does come down to strength sometimes, but there's so many blatant examples where the show will tell you this character is more strong, or even that they have more potential, or whatever it is. But they're not skilled, they're not using it properly, they chose the wrong strategy, whatever it might be. And I feel like that is a heavy theme.
I also love that they do not have like I don't know if DBZ still does it now, but they had like power levels or whatever. But this one has more of just like, it's just reputation. That's all you got. Like, it could be false. Everybody talks. But sometimes they also have like which you saw because they did early missions, and like there's different ranked missions. There's ranked people.
Yeah, right.
So the higher your status of like joning or whatever, but also the status of your mission, if it's to get somebody, also shows your level or whatever. But they don't rely on it. It's more of just like that's the guy from this. It's kind of where it ends.
That's cool.
Shut the fuck up.
All over your dick.
I know, and the boss won't leave me alone. I don't even go in today.
My day.
But yeah, I prefer it more as a chess game than the power moves, because they're again, not spoiling, but later on in the show there is a fight that people consider their favorite fight, which I can see why it's an awesome fight, because it is. But that is more of a power type of thing. When later on in the show, there is more of a chess game of a fight that I love and no one talks about.
Oh wow, yeah.
So when you get there, that would be awesome to talk about. But
definitely.
I guess last thing is, what do you expect now? Do you have any predictions for the future from these characters so far? You already know that they're not coming back to this bridge.
Maybe. Yeah, so that's what I've heard, is they may return years and years and years later one time briefly. But I don't have high hopes for that. I will say something I don't have high hopes for is Haku, but I still, in the back of my mind, I'm like, anything can happen with that guy. Maybe we'll see his spirit. I feel like one of my favorite parts was when Naruto's like Nine-Tails chakra kind of just breaks free. And I think that's both a cool idea, and like a ticking time bomb, interesting, like waiting for that to come out. So I would love to see a situation, and could predict in the future, where he has kind of mastered the potential to use that effectively, even if it might be more limited than using it without control, to become more powerful and respected for that. That would be like the classic, good ending. But
hurrah.
Yeah, I'm not predicting too heavily like much. I think there's definitely the sort of love triangle. Will they, won't they? Like, who's Sakura gonna like fall in love with by the end? But I don't think there's good bets either way in my mind. About like if Naruto's gonna like get his way and she's gonna fall back in love with him, or Sasuke is gonna change his mind. But that's kind of like one of the other things that I'm like, maybe we'll find out. But I would love to see more from Sasuke, kind of mastering the, what's it called, the Uchiha, like weird thing.
The Sharingan.
Sharingan, yeah. That would be, I mean, it's already pretty impressive, but that's something I'm looking out for too. Like, I definitely see these characters, other than Sakura, sadly, becoming way stronger, like kind of badasses. But I guess that's something to keep an eye out on Sakura for, see if she actually has some potential. I'm talking mad shit, but like the show is not writing her very well right now.
No, you're totally in the right. Yeah. You would be in the majority. I guess before we wrap this up, do a Samurai Haiku. Is there any highlights that you have not said?
Highlights of the show? Stuff I really liked?
Yeah, that you've not said. Because we mostly stand it on the characters and arcs and stuff like that. But there has been moments throughout the show that you have watched that you may have particularly liked.
I really was, like, I enjoyed, but was especially emotional, I think, at the scene with Inari, I think was the kid's name we settled on. The boy's dad, who obviously passed away. I mean, the whole reason he's sad as fuck. I was sad as fuck. It was a really neat story to throw in there. I think it kind of reminds us where we're at, what we're doing this for, sort of thing, right in the middle of the story, which is like a good place for it. I liked the kind of parallel between Inari and Naruto. Like, I think he's a super cool character, and it sucks, honestly, from what I'm hearing, that he's not going to show up too much, or at least they might not go back to that town.
Yeah, even with the they never bonded, but they bonded.
Yeah,
because Kakashi told him everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Even though Naruto maybe didn't have that understanding, there was some understanding. I don't know, shared. But yeah, that definitely comes to mind. That story with the papa, gruesome, but still, like, he was a cool character to kind of throw in there. And in general, like, the biggest highlights have been sort of these just like big reveals. Like, the Nine Tails incident comes to mind, the Sharingan Eye comes to mind, like when Kakashi finally lifts his headband. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like honestly, it seemed purely stylistic. Like, oh, he's just kind of a sleepy guy. Like, it really played off in my mind. I had no idea.
Honestly, it's been such knowledge in my mind that I forgot that could have been a great reveal.
Yeah, it really was like a reveal to me, which was cool. Like, I feel like
because that raises questions.
Yeah, right. And especially like when you saw Sasuke use the same blood ability, both of his eyes turn, which asks another question. So, like, there's so many of these. The story has been great because there's so many, like, bam, bombshells that still leave, like, so much unanswered. You're like, well, now how about this, man? So, yeah, the big highlight so far has been just these really cool reveals, the deep character analysis, and Zabuza not being dead was a pretty good reveal. Like, I laughed out loud when he got fucking slung in the neck by Haku and poisoned and killed, quote unquote. I was like, he's fucking dead. I was like, for sure he's dead.
That's when he retrieves him, right? Is that what happens?
Yes, yeah. They're fighting in the woods, and he's basically like dead to rights. And what is his name?
Haku.
No, I was thinking of Kakashi. He says to him, like, essentially trolling him, like, yeah, I can see the future. The future tells me this is your last battle.
Oh yeah.
And then he fucking gets slung in the neck. So I fucking died. I was for sure thinking he was dead. It's been a good roller coaster.
Okay. My highlights from yours so far would probably be the first episode's a highlight for me, of just the whole altercation with Mizuki and him knowing how to do the multi-shadow clone when he couldn't do it before. And the Iruka, you graduated moments, really, and he's crying, and it's a great moment.
Yeah. Good moments for sure. I probably cried a bit there myself.
The Kakashi you passed moment. I really liked that. What else? The dad backstory is good, but I end up overlooking it because the kids, what the kid thinks and what they do kind of overlap, because you forget that their mission is to just send this guy to the work on the bridge or whatever. But once you get Zabuza, it's almost like, oh, you just got to get rid of the big bad. So I overlook it sometimes. I do. Zabuza standing on his sword on the tree is such a good visual highlight to me. Same with him trapping, I think, Kakashi in a water bubble.
Yeah, he's very badass, I will admit. Super cool villain to throw in immediately.
Naruto getting the poison out was good. Funny moment, but also very good of a strong moment.
I agree.
The Nine Tails, the Sasuke, my body just moved moment.
Very true.
The dogs getting Zabuza. That was also a good moment.
That was very silly.
Him holding the kunai in his mouth. The talk no jutsu moment to Zabuza. You're gonna hear that a lot, the talk no jutsu. And then they lie together. And
good moment.
The Haku's mask breaking.
Yeah. That was great. And it was a little predictable, at least. Like, for the seconds leading up to them, you're like, oh, he's going to punch him. He's going to break his mask. He's going to realize. And it's still, like, it's hard. Like, Naruto's choice in that moment. It calms him down.
Because they had that moment earlier when I'm actually a boy. Their backstory, and then the whole segment of them trying to climb the tree.
Yeah, there's so many good moments. Honestly, like I said, I just enjoyed it the whole time. It's funny, it's punchy, it's meaningful, it's emotional. If someone is just tuning in because Adam told you could skip, it's definitely worth watching.
Oh yeah, where hopefully this becomes more consistent because I love Naruto. It's like the only anime I love another anime, but this is the only anime I've ever watched without knowing. Like, it was just on Cartoon Network and boom, I was in.
Yeah, that's crazy. So many people have gotten hooked on Naruto, Dragon Ball from Cartoon Network specifically.
It's just such a, I don't know. It doesn't feel. It's like it's just the presentation. I don't know what it is. It's the headbands. It's the vests everyone wears. It's the fact that fighting doesn't feel like fighting.
Yeah, it's like it's all for honor. It's for code. It's for morals, and it's for like you
it's
say.
Not, I want to fight you because you're powerful to me, and I like to fight. It's more like I have to fight you, otherwise you'll kill my people, and I have to do this mission so I can get paid at my village. And
like they're like real world problems. Yeah,
everybody feels more like if they didn't have to fight, they won't. They don't. They definitely. They saw Zabuza and they didn't have the fisherman. They probably would have been like, "If we can run, we'll run." Also, a little side note: I like that Zabuza got different clothes.
Oh yeah,
he had his cow pants, and then he had full on black in the next one, which was neat. I like that.
Yeah, I think costume changes, even like drawn ones, animated ones, are super thematic and meaningful. I think that's cool. And I loved as well his attire in the flashback he has with Haku where he meets him. Also a little different. He looks more clean.
That's little world building of like I said, they in the Leaf they have all the green vests.
Right.
And every village has their own little like armor. So I'm sure in his I forget where he comes from. The Mist.
The water
village in the Mist.
Yeah.
That's probably their armor, clothes.
Right. What he was wearing. And he just looks a lot younger in that like scrawny shoulder look.
Oh yeah, and another little tidbit of him being labeled as one of the 7 swordsmen. Right? Did they say that?
I think so.
Or at least, yeah, something like that.
One of those things that might not have stuck with me.
Yeah, that's a thing they keep around, that little group.
Everything's with 7. Team 7. 7 swords.
7.
Nice.
Okay, I think we can ask the camera to come around. Yeah, this is his genre show.
Apparently, yeah. We have been talking about his culture for so long.
Do you need a moment?
Yeah, I'll probably want to write something down. Let's get the camera in this. Last time I fucked up the syllables. I didn't need to. I said a word I didn't need to say and it would have made sense. I don't know if Adam edited my syllables or if he made me say an 18-syllable haiku.
I don't remember. as he's saying that, as I like to always, like I've done this every time, like I did last time, I would like to thank, by the time this comes out, 1.4K of you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being the chicos and the fellas within the crowd. We appreciate you. Thank you for W for being a sponsor. Have W, get yourself some W energy. It's a good substance to have within your drinks. It tastes good. It makes you focus better, and you don't get yourself any crashes if you consume it. You can do it while you play League, CSGO, or any other competitive like game, or even a casual game that you want to speedrun better.
Maybe you're staying up late grinding that Minecraft hardcore world. You need fucking to mine 1 million cobblestone tonight.
Maybe you're playing Minesweeper and you really need to focus in on those mines.
The guys with the fucking Minesweeper reaction times are correct. I'm sure they're on some dummy bullshit. They're on they're on something.
Also, thank you for just support in general. With the shorts, the videos, and all that stuff. Actually, with it being 40, we recently also just passed our 10th playthrough, or we're on our 10th playthrough, and we're also currently on or past our 30th versus.
Wow.
So there's 40 of those and 40 pods.
You're so right. 40 games, 40 pods. Well, one-offs too. But
So sorry to interrupt, but do you have a top 3
top 3
of anything?
pods.
Well, not top 3 pods. Top 3 of anything we played versus or playthrough.
I'm gonna say Stardew is probably up there.
Okay.
For me at least. I really it was so much time spent on it, but it was so much like just casual gaming, you know? Like I didn't feel like we were stressing, waiting for bullshit the whole
You
time.
really helped out with those statistics.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of time spent on that one. Unfortunately, there were some decisions made. But I think it worked out. Like I'm really proud of that one too. I liked Stardew Valley. My mind goes to like some of the one-offy type of stuff. Like the more fun I've had on the channel has been like those. So I'm debating stepping out of the 40 for one of those, but
If you like, you can.
I want some concrete games here. Maybe if I was looking at the list too, it would help. But I
Well-
really like Yoshi's Island recently. One of my favorites. I so many come to mind, honestly, like fun stuff that we've done on the channel. I'm looking right now at our channel for playlist ideas. I'm gonna say Stardew's definitely there. What else are we looking at? Metroid. We got Red Dead, that was a playthrough. We played Terraria?
Boss Rush.
That's crazy. I barely remember that. That was fun though. I do still a little. That was a fun time. I'm like,
It's like looking through a photo album.
look at what we did. We played FNAF. So many good choices here. I'm gonna say though, gotta throw in FNAF, honestly. Like I think that was a funny time, a good time. It was like all new to me.
Was that your third one?
I think like include Yoshi's Island. Or don't change it up. My other idea was where is it? I guess that would be it. That's my 3. Yoshi's Island. And the other 2.
You said Yoshi's Island, Stardew Valley,
Yeah.
and FNAF.
FNAF, yeah.
Those are good ones. Check those out. Playlists are always available in the channel's homepage.
It's hard to pick a favorite, like I said earlier, but there's so many good ones. Do you have a 3 in mind?
I have 2 locked in, but the third one's gonna be a little hard to choose. But the first lock in is Buzz Lightyear.
Really?
That's an easy lock in because the game was genuinely fun, and just you getting mad's always funny to me.
Yeah, I did not think it was genuinely fun.
I liked that game a lot. The second lock in is It Takes Two.
I was thinking that, yeah, that was definitely both funny, fun the whole time. Solid playthrough, a good first playthrough, I think it was.
A very good first one. And then for the third pick, I'm leaning on either, looking at these, I'm leaning on Diddy Kong Racing, Rayman Legends, or Castle Crashers.
Fucking
I kind of want to give it to... I don't know, because I really liked when we played Rayman Legends. I really did. That was really fun. But then Castle Crashers is also really fun, just because of...
For some of the same reasons.
Yeah.
Just kind of chilling.
So, I think I'll lean it more on Castle Crashers, because there was more going on.
Heavy honorable mention to Rayman.
Yeah, the How Do You Do Rayman.
That was just a fun time. Funny jokes, silly times.
They're remaking it.
They're remaking it for what reason?
I don't know.
It's fucking perfect.
It's Rayman Legends Untold.
Untold Gems with Adam Sandlebach.
I'll stop.
Yeah, I gotta fucking write 5 more syllables. Goddamn.
Sorry. I wanted to talk to you.
How dare you? I'm going more so off of the beginning of this pod. Pre-joke. We were talking mostly about music here. This is still not going to relate to anything. But it might be poetic. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Music to my soul. Playing in the open air. Breathe life into me. Thank you. Thank you.
That is episode 40 of the Hydra Link podcast with you, me, and the other guy. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again in 2 miserable weeks.
I'll be there.
And by then, it will have been past Retro Day.
Yeah. Make sure you tune in on the 16th.
Yeah,
and maybe
16th
the 15th.
and the 17th.
On the 17th, probably too.
No, I'll do 15th.
15th, 16th?
15th, 16th.
I think that makes sense. Monday, Tuesday.
But the 16th is Retro Day. It's off.
Of course, which means whoever gets the video on that day with their game is the real winner.
We'll see you then.
Later, chicos.